everyone. I should say all y'all that are bright-eyed and bushy-tailed up at 8:45 this morning. Everybody else is probably still in the bed or at work. But this is really the best time that I found from talking to different people to come on here. And a lot of y'all just have to catch it at night. More people's probably available at night, honestly, y'all. But this is one that I do first thing in the morning. Because I do my prayer, do my meditation, my reading first thing. I've got a couple other podcasts that I'm going to be doing. Those will be more than likely done at night. I think everybody else will be, more people will be available in the evenings. So y'all will catch this when you catch it. And I've been off the last couple days and dealing with some stuff. My grandmother, she's gotten a lot of health issues. I mentioned that to y'all. So she's at the point now. I think she's getting ready to check out of here from what it sounds like. She thinks she is anyway. So we'll just kind of see how that goes. I'm just taking it one day at a time, y'all. But I'd appreciate any prayers, positive energy, love y'all could send my way, my family's way. It's much appreciated. At a time like this, right? You have family members, friends, really anybody really struggling with their health and wellness, and then coming into old age, and yeah. So without further ado, y'all, we'll go ahead and get this thing going. Wherever you're at, go ahead and find a safe place where you can be comfortable for a little while here, maybe 10 minutes or so, to do your self-care for the day. And whenever you're comfortable, you can go ahead and close your eyes. Play around with my camera here a little bit, y'all. Actually, it doesn't look like it wants to be played around with a whole lot. Let's see what we can anyway. I always have a habit of coming on here and trying to adjust my camera, y'all. Just trying to get it to be the best experience as I can for everybody. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be about the best it's going to get right there. So just going to let it ride. Take some slow, deep cleansing breaths, breathing in your nose, out your mouth. Today we're going to do probably my favorite meditation, which is an awareness meditation. Really helps out a lot with my ADHD. So if any of y'all like myself have ADHD, I think you'll find this really beneficial to you. So what we're going to do is just be aware of any of the bodily sensations that come up, also emotions come up, any thoughts that come up. In the body. So just bring your awareness to the body. And just leave it there, and just notice. You don't want to judge anything. Don't make it wrong or bad, or like I want to get rid of this, or this sucks, or don't want to go there. Just want to really just fully accept what comes up and just let it be there, because what we resist persists. So just want to be with it. For example, I've got some anxiety coming up, and I can feel A little bit of tightness in my throat, tightness in my chest this morning. But it's okay. It's just a sensation, just an emotion. It's not going to kill me. And just continue breathing. Don't forget to breathe, y'all. Sometimes I forget to breathe. Just noticing my hands on my thighs, my feet on the ground as well. Notice the pressure of that, the sensation of that. Your hands and your feet and your thighs. Grab my thighs. If any thoughts come up, just notice those as well. Don't try to fight them, just let them be there. And don't judge them either. And you'll also notice that if you have any uncomfortable emotions, sensations in the body, a lot of times they'll go away. Like my anxiety has completely went away now since I didn't fight it and just allowed it that time that it needed to be there and then pass through me. Let's do one more breath here, then we'll go into our prayer. Okay, and prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardships as the pathway to peace, taking as He did this sinful world as it is, not as I would have it, trusting that He will make all things right if I surrender to His will, so that I may be reasonably happy in this life and supremely happy with Him forever and ever in the next. What's going on out there in YouTube land? Whoever just popped in, let me share this on my other social media. Now, let's take just a minute here. And Twitter, some Twitter. Okay. May the 15th. In Al Anon, I've learned that in general, it's healthier to keep the focus on me. However, there was a period during my early recovery when focusing on my parents' behavior was a means to a healthy end. I was grappling with my belief that I was inherently bad and that I couldn't change. As I explored this with my sponsor, I became aware that I had learned many self defeating attitudes and behaviors from my parents, both of whom were preoccupied with addictions. It was a relief to know I wasn't hopelessly defective. If I hadn't had a program at that point, I might have continued blaming my parents for passing such a legacy down to me. Fortunately, I'd already been exposed in Al Anon to the idea that I was responsible for my shortcomings, no matter where they came from. However, I had this awareness only on an intellectual level. It took some emotional struggle to move it down to the heart. I had to let go of the hope that someday my parents would teach me differently. I needed to accept that they, like myself and others, were operating at the highest level they could at any given time. If they could have done better, they would have. I owned up to my defects without blaming my parents in my fourth and fifth steps. In steps 6 and 7, I became ready and humbly asked God to remove them. Then in working steps 8 and 9, I made amends by slowly changing my behavior while accepting my parents' right not to change. Thought for the day. As a child, I may have learned some of my parents' shortcomings. As an adult, I can unlearn them with the help of the Al Anon program. Behaviors were adopted to cope with addiction or alcoholism in our families became so habitual we thought they were part of our identity. And that's from the book From Survival to Recovery, page 17. I'm hoping y'all can still see this video. It was telling me on the screen here, operation is locked. Rotate device back. But I haven't really moved it. I've kept it the orientation the same. So I guess we'll check the video when it's finished. So interesting reading, y'all. This is it's definitely hits home for me, and I'm sure it does a lot of y'all as well. I realize that I think I have I think my anger issues came from my dad. So I've realized that over probably the last, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 years or so. So I've been able to notice that as an awareness, like we talked about today in our meditation this morning. Uh, when you start having that awareness and you just be aware of things, and you kind of can really see what you're doing and what you're not doing, as well as your emotions, your thoughts, behaviors, things like that. So, but that's it's one of my, I guess you say, character defects, and it's gotten a whole lot better. I used to be a lot more angrier than I am now. now it comes up, but it's only the occasion that it comes up on occasion. So that's something I'm unlearning, so to speak. And also, like with identity, I've learned that the identity, if you think you're bad, like a bad person, you need to rethink that. It's not true, because if everybody has some good in them, right? Even if they're really like Hitler and uh, some really bad people out there, even a murderer, right? There is some good inside of them. If you really look, uh, you can. I'm sure you can find it. Uh, I don't believe anybody is fully bad or fully good, for that matter. But the identity, uh, shame, growing up in Southern Baptist Church and Southern Independent Baptist Church here in the South, where I'm from, I took on a lot of shame and a lot of fear-based beliefs and attitudes. And I think some of that shame is actually about your identity, about you as a person. So what I've learned in the last couple of years is there's guilt and then there's shame. So guilt is like feeling bad for something like wrong that I did, right? If I stole some money from somebody, if I lied to somebody, I should have some guilt around that, right? I believe so. And some people call that, you can call it the Holy Spirit. Uh, you can call it conviction. Some of y'all probably call it conviction. In the past, I called it conviction. Now I just say, hey, it's guilt, right? For something wrong that I did. But then there's shame, and shame is a whole different animal. I don't believe shame is good. It's not a good thing, because it relates to who you are as a person instead of your actual behavior. Like, shame is more about the person, guilt is more about the behavior. And the thing is you just really want to focus on changing that, right? And that's what I did anyway. It took me a while. I'm still in progress of some religious, I call it religious, trauma from my past, and getting away from that, right? And just accepting, hey, this is what happened. Not blaming anybody. I used to get mad and blame people like the church for it, the pastor, different pastors I've had over the years, things like that. But I've got out of that now, not blaming anymore. Now I'm taking responsibility, since I'm over 18. I mean, I'm 41, y'all, by the way. Uh, and the more we take responsibility, the more we can actually make the changes that we need and want in our lives. So that's kind of my experience of this reading. And yeah, so hopefully y'all got something good out of that. Don't see anyone on here, so maybe it's too early for the majority of y'all. I had one person popped in. So hope everybody has a blessed day. Good to see y'all. If you're new to this channel and you want to continue seeing similar content, just be sure to subscribe. And you can also support me by liking and commenting on this video, as well as donating to my work. And you can see that information down below. It'll be in the description. I hope everybody has a blessed day. Look forward to seeing y'all again tomorrow, same time, same place, or maybe a different place. You never know with me, right? I could be at a different location. I could be at a different place in my home here. So take care. Peace and love.